Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I almost said my podcast, which is very weird because I do not have a podcast. Welcome back to my channel. I'm pulling up your questions as we speak for this week's check-in. I did a check-in last week and there were too many questions for one video, so I turned it into two videos. First question is, sometimes I struggle to keep everyone happy and forget what's best for me. Advice? ? So I can totally relate to this. It's we can get so caught up in giving to others and trying to make everyone else happy around us that we forget to do the same for us. My best advice to you is to build up a routine of self-care. Make it a part of your daily life, whatever that looks like for you, however much you can fit into your day. Start by just adding one little thing into each day for you. One thing that lights your soul up each day. One thing that brings you peace. One thing that brings you comfort. Start with one thing and add another and let that pile of good things grow. That's one of my favorite sayings. It's like, keep adding in good things into your life and let that pile of good things grow. I think it really is impactful. It's such a simple thing, but it's really so true. Like, the best way to make sustainable changes is to add in little things at a time, one step at a time. So my best advice to you is to really just understand that you cannot give to others and you cannot show up into the world as the best version of you if you are not taking care of yourself. And if you are not nourishing yourself, taking care of yourself, nourishing your mind, body, and soul. So my best advice to you is to start creating a little routine that's a part of your daily life that is a routine full of care and respect for yourself. Cheers. Next question. How do I accept change and be okay with saying goodbye to things that make me so happy? Oof, that's a hard one. I've struggled. That's probably been one of my biggest struggles in my life in general. It's just letting go of things that once brought me happiness. It's hard to know what to do in this situation. Therapy has been something that has changed my life, and I would not have been able to work through those things without therapy probably. So if you have the resources to find a therapist, I highly suggest that. But it's hard to let go of these things, but I guess my best piece of advice for this is to just really connect with your values. So connect to those things in your life that you value most, and then align your life with those values. So I would definitely recommend going to Google, looking up a list of common life values, and pick out like 10 to 20 values that you value most. Maybe just start with 10. And then see how your life aligns with those values and work on aligning your life with those values. And sometimes that means letting go of things that once made you happy, or that make you happy but aren't best for you, or that make you happy and don't align with your values, because those things might not be genuine happiness. They might have been previously, or they might be this false sense of happiness. Like, for example, if your eating disorder makes you happy, this is just a random example, I don't know if this is your situation, but if your eating disorder makes you happy, that's a false sense of happiness. That's a temporary sense of happiness that is drawing you deeper in to a dark headspace, and it probably does not align with your life values. And then another one for me was like ballet. Ballet once made me so happy, but that kind of faded away. But I had a hard time letting go of that because it made me happy before and it saved my life. I would not be the person I am today, might not even be here if it wasn't for ballet. It was so hard for me to think about letting go of that, but it doesn't align with where I am in my life now. It doesn't align with the values that I value most now. So I hope this makes sense. Really just take some time to think about your values in life, and when you live a life that aligns with your values, you will find such a deep sense of happiness and fulfillment that letting go of these things that you need to let go of it will just make it feel a lot better to let go of those things. It's still not going to be easy. It's definitely not easy, but when you feel so fulfilled and when you feel so aligned with your values, it'll make it a little better, and you'll see why you had to let it go. Really just search for that why and find peace in that. Someone said, I ate a chocolate chip cookie without feeling guilty. That is incredible. I'm so proud of you. Food guilt is real when you're healing your relationship with food, and it can be so incredibly hard. But these moments when you eat something and you don't experience food guilt, it's like, wow, this recovery thing is really working. Like, it's such a cool moment. So I'm so proud of you, because it takes a lot of work to get to that place, and I hope you continue to find peace and freedom with food and your body. Next one says, I'm going into residential treatment to kickstart my recovery. That's incredible. I'm so incredibly proud of you, like so proud of you. I cannot imagine how difficult that decision was to make. I know how hard it is to choose recovery and to hand over that control to a treatment center. That takes so much strength, and I'm so proud of you, and I hope you're proud of yourself too. I know this is it's gonna be a tough journey, I'm sure, but it's gonna be so worth it. So in the process of your treatment and your recovery journey, I hope you keep focusing on your why and remember why you started, because that's what's going to keep pushing you through. So I'm so proud of you, and I hope you're proud of yourself too. Next one is, I bought a food fear and I ate lunch at school without comparing my food to others. That's amazing. I'm so proud of you for buying a food fear. I hope you find some peace with that food fear. Remember that no food can harm you more than your eating disorder. So just focus on that being scared and fearful around food is worse in your health than eating those foods. So I hope that buying this fear food and challenging it, you're able to realize that it's not that scary. No food is scary, and it's just good nourishment for the body and for the soul. So I hope you conquered that fear food and found a little peace with it. And then I'm so proud of you for eating lunch at school and not comparing yourself to other people. Comparison is so tough, but really when you think about it, it's like we're all so incredibly different, and I touched on this in my last video. We're all so incredibly different that it really makes no sense when we think about it why we compare ourselves to other people with food in our bodies, and like our bodies themselves. Like, your body is so different from day to day. You can't even compare what your body needs as nourishment today versus yesterday or versus tomorrow. Like, you can't even compare yourself to yourself. When it comes to food, that doesn't even make sense. So think about that with like a different human. It just really doesn't make sense why we compare what we eat to other people. So I'm proud of you for pushing past that and challenging that, and I hope you find some freedom from that as well. Next one says, gaining healthy weight again for recovery, best tips for growing out of / into clothes. I'm so proud of you. I know how tough it can be to gain weight and to outgrow clothes / grow into old clothes. I know how hard that can be, but it also means that you are choosing recovery, and that's a beautiful thing. As tough as it is to outgrow clothes, it means that your body is healing and your body is finding peace and balance, and that's what we want in recovery. I know the weight gain thing is tough to mentally accept, but try to focus on the beauty of it. It's like, okay, I'm getting closer to recovery. I might be uncomfortable now, and that's the thing about body image. It's like, it's uncomfortable in the moment, but the more you hang out here and the more you just like, one of my favorite examples of like getting used to your new body in recovery is like moving to a new place. When you move to a new place, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be different. It's going to be foreign, and you might not like it at first. You might feel a lot of anxiety there, and you're not going to feel comfortable at first when you move to a new place. But the longer you stay there, the more you get used to it, the more comfortable it becomes, and you might end up loving that place more than the last one. Same is true with your healing and recovering body. It's going to be uncomfortable at first, but it's really because you haven't been here in a while. It's because it's new, it's because it's different. So the more you hang out in this body and allow yourself to get comfortable in your healthy body, the better it's going to feel. And it also takes a lot of mental work. So remember, it's not about your body, it's about your mind. So don't think about changing your body. Don't put the blame on your body. So when you're feeling uncomfortable in your body, just try to be like, okay, this is not about my body right now. What's going on inside? Try to take it one step deeper and be like, okay, this is not about my body. What can I do to make myself feel better in my mind right now and feel better in my body right now? So as far as clothes go, get rid of your sick clothes. Like, that is just the best way to do it. Sell them, donate them, burn them, do whatever you need to do to feel better about yourself, but get rid of them. Do not hold on to them. It's not going to be good for your mental health. It's not going to be good for your recovery. You have to do what's best for your recovery, and that means getting rid of those clothes in one way or another. So get rid of your sick clothes and try to have fun with it. If you have the resources, go shopping, go thrifting, like try to make it a fun thing. Really just remember that clothes are supposed to fit you, not the other way around. Like, that is such an important thing to remember. We were not made to fit into a certain size. Those sizes are made to fit us. And really just try to detach yourself from those numbers. Sizing is so stupid. Like, literally, I can be like one size in one store and like 8 sizes up in a different store, literally, in jeans. So it's like, it makes no sense. It's stupid. So try to not pay attention to that number, because it really means nothing. Like, it's so vastly different everywhere you go. Like, you just cannot pay attention to that. So try to not even look at the numbers and just try on clothes and just focus on how you feel in those clothes. That's the most important thing, is how you feel in the clothes, not the silly little number on the tag. Then just try to focus on the good. Like, if you're growing into clothes and growing out of your sick clothes, that's a good thing. I know it might not feel like it right now, but it means you're healing, and it means you're getting closer to recovery. The point of recovery is not to stay in a sick body. You don't want to stay in your sick body, because you're not going to find freedom that way. So it's a good thing that you are growing out of these clothes or growing into bigger clothes. Like, that's a good thing, because it means you're healing and choosing yourself. And I'm sure your body is very grateful that you do not fit into those sick clothes. So just try to focus on the good. I know it's hard. Maybe make some gratitude, turn to body gratitude. Think about everything you're grateful for that your body does for you every day, and just try to focus on the good. I know it's so difficult, and I'm sending you all of my love, but I'm so proud of you for choosing recovery. And weight gain, it really isn't that bad, and you'll figure that out once you find a peaceful, balanced, happy place with your body. You'll realize it's really not bad, and it's actually a beautiful thing. Like, I once thought I could never ever be happy at the weight I'm at, and I've even surpassed the weight that I thought I couldn't be happy at, and it's like, I've never felt more at peace in my body than before. So it's so possible to find peace in a larger body. You just have to give yourself the chance to figure that out and to do that. So also, I wanted to show you, I literally just, like, this picture just popped up on my memories. This was from 2 years ago. I don't know if you can see it. It's a picture of me crying, and I remember that day vividly because I went to go buy new jeans. I was feeling pretty good in my recovery, and I had gained a good amount of weight, and it was like jean season again, and none of my jeans fit me anymore. And I felt really good about getting rid of those jeans and going to buy new jeans, and I was in a really good headspace until I went to try the new jeans on. And I remember seeing myself in jeans and just hating every minute of it. And I went into the store with the intentions of coming out with new jeans that I loved, and I left the store with nothing but some tears and just a feeling of being uncomfortable in my body. This was like 1.5 years ago. So I just want you to know that, like, it's a normal part of the process to grieve the loss of your old body that you thought was going to bring you happiness. It's a normal part of the process to be uncomfortable growing out of your clothes. That's normal, and it happens. But I also want you to know, a year and a half later, I could go into a store now and buy any jean size that I want, and it's not going to affect me. I don't even really look at the jean sizes anymore. I'm just like, okay, these look like they'll fit. I'll get a few different sizes. I'll get some bigger too, and we're just gonna see which ones feel best. Like, it's such a cool thing. And so I wanted to show you that picture because I want you to know that there's freedom from this. And I know it might not feel like it now, but the best thing you can do is keep moving forward. The best thing you can do is allow yourself to grieve and to feel this uncomfortableness and this sadness, but still choose recovery anyway, because that's what's going to get you to freedom. I'm proud of you, and I know exactly what it feels like to be where you are. But there is so much freedom, and it's so beautiful, and your future self is so proud that you kept going in this moment, in these moments when it feels so difficult. Next one. Someone said, when I realized the importance of food for the soul, body, and mind. Major win. That is a major win, and I'm so proud of you. Food is so much more than fuel. Yes, it's fuel. Yes, it's nourishment for the body, but it's also nourishment for the mind and the soul. You cannot neglect those parts of food because they are so important. So I'm so proud of you for realizing that and for implementing that into your life. It's a game changer when you stop viewing food as numbers and as just like this thing to just fuel up your tank. Because yes, it is that, but it's so much more than that. It can be pleasure and happiness and joy, and that's an important part of a healthy life, is to view food as pleasure, happiness, and joy, and nostalgia. So I'm very proud of you, and that's definitely a major win. Anyway, that's all for today. This was kind of short, but I just want to finish up the last few ones that I had. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you're doing well, and hope you're taking care of your mind, body, and soul. Yeah, I love you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!